Hello and welcome back to everybody on the Football Zone and to a weekend previewing the Premier League games coming up this weekend. But starting off with a quick review of the weekend, of the week just gone. And yeah, Real Madrid 3, Man City 1. Man City crash out of the Champions League 6-3 on aggregate. And yeah, it's always going to be a tough ask for Man City, even more so when he went behind the 4th minute for Mbappe, and then Mbappe again in the 33rd and 61st minute keeper getting his hat-trick. So they got a late consolation goal. I don't think they played dreadfully, but yeah, I mean, it was just all over soon from the beginning. You can't give quality of the team of Real Madrid that time, and yeah, their disappointing season continues. Liverpool, they picked up a solid 2-2 draw away at Aston Villa to extend their title lead by another point. Mo Salah gave them the lead in the 29th minute before Villa took a 2-1 lead going into half-time with 2 late goals from Tielemans and Watkins, and then Trent Arnold 61st minute level things up. Both teams pushed for the win, and Liverpool, you'd say, were probably the more likely, but in the end couldn't find a way through, and yeah, Liverpool will take the point. I think Villa will as well. I think both teams are even pretty happy. Moving on into the preview of this week's action, starting off with Leicester against Brentford at the King Power. This is an intriguing game. Leicester, of course, not looking great at the moment, really, is that they need results from fast before, the likes of Wolves can start to get away, really. Taking on a Brentford side who are doing pretty well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for this one. I'm going to say 1-1. I think, Leicester will be targeting this game, but Brentford, it's a very solid team. Moving on then to Everton against Manchester United. And yeah, this could go any way, to be honest. You feel like maybe even Everton could be coming into this game as favourites with a great job that, David Moyes has done since he returns, and a Manchester United team that are just very much struggling at the moment. It's not good under Amorim, is it? And to be honest, it just shows no signs of turning around either. So yeah, it's going to be an intriguing one, this one. I'm going to say Everton will just need the win 2-1. Moving on then to Bournemouth against Wolves at the Vitality. And yeah, you'd have to say Bournemouth probably the favourites coming into this one. You'd expect Bournemouth to get the win here, wouldn't you really? Wolves have just been struggling recently. Picked up a bit. Vitor Pereira first came in, but since then it's kind of dropped off a bit. And Bournemouth, such a good team at the moment, playing at home. Yeah, you definitely expect a Bournemouth win here. I'm going to say they'll get the win. Moving on then to Arsenal against West Ham. And yeah, Arsenal have been doing well recently, but they've just got to continue the momentum. In the position they're in, they can't afford any slip-ups against the West Ham side, who I don't think Graham Potter's really had, really the massive impact that maybe they were hoping for. Taking on an Arsenal side who do seem to be getting their stuff together. So yeah, I'm going to say Arsenal will pick up the 2-0 win here. Moving on then to Bournemouth against Wolves to Fulham against Crystal Palace. Just done Bournemouth against Wolves at Craven Cottage. And yeah, Fulham coming into this one on a pretty decent run of form, having a great season themselves. 3 wins on the trot coming into this one, taking on a Palace side who, have been picking up recently, getting some decent results. But I think Fulham at the Cottage have been so strong this season. Palace are a decent team on their day. You don't want to catch them on the wrong day. But I just think Fulham, you probably expect them to have too much here. So I'm going to say, they'll get the win. Moving on then to Ipswich against Tottenham. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. Ipswich, we've seen before against Tottenham, for example, at White Hart Lane, they can damage teams in Chelsea at Portman Road. But I think Tottenham, I just kind of get the feeling that maybe they're starting to turn a bit of a corner under Ange Postecoglou. Some decent results in the Premier League recently. So yeah, I'm going to say Spurs will get a 2-0 win here. I think, this could be the start of turning around for them. Moving on then to Southampton against Brighton at St Mary's. And yeah, Southampton definitely, for me, no signs of things turning around. Still look as poor as ever. And you think Brighton would be able to get past them pretty simply, to be honest. I'm going to say Brighton will get the win here. And for Southampton, it just feels like they just want the season to end, really, don't they? Because must have been such a painful one from a Saints perspective. I'm going to say 3-1. Moving on into Villa against Chelsea at Villa Park. And yeah, this is an intriguing one because obviously Villa have been on a pretty decent run as of late. bit inconsistent. Chelsea have, fallen off quite dramatically now. I think 2 defeats in a row, obviously both against Brighton and that defeat to Man City. Since kind of Christmas, when they were maybe even title contenders, now they're struggling against the top 4. They need to turn it around, but I think Villa at the moment will just have too much for them. I'm going to say 2-1. Moving on then to Newcastle against Notts Forest at St James's Park. And yeah, I'm really intrigued by this one because this is a massive game in the race to the top 4. If Forest get a win here, then they're looking very good, aren't they, really, to make it through in a quite comfortable position. But if Newcastle get the win here, it's going to open it right up and bring other teams into it too. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one, this one, and one that you feel could go either way. But I'm going to say it will be a 1-1 draw. And finally, Manchester City against Liverpool. And yeah, this is a game that I'm very intrigued by. Manchester City, could come into this one at their best, and it'll be a very tough game for Liverpool. They could come really poor, and Liverpool get a walkover and a massive step towards the Premier League title. It's one that you feel could go either way, and it really, for me, all depends on what sort of Man City team will show up in this game. I'm going to say it will be 2-1 to Paul. I think they're so good at the moment. I think they'll just have enough to get by. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily football news, meme, and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.